Welcome back to the Walker Valley Football Coaches Show. I'm Andy Morris along with Walker Valley head football coach Drew Akins for this special edition, a playoff edition at that of the Walker Valley Football Coaches Show presented by Wright Brothers Construction. Excited to be here with you again today, Coach. Obviously, we missed last week, had a lot going on trying to line schedules up and stuff, but a huge win last Thursday against Tullahoma.
Yeah, I was really proud of our guys. Talking about, coming back last week. We missed last week, but man, our guys came back Monday just ready to go. I was so proud of the way that this group bounced back. They've been a resilient group all year long. We've kind of talked through, how this group is just in the face of adversity has always come back ready to go. And that's, our culture kind of lends itself to that. If kids buy into our culture the way we want them to, the scoreboard doesn't dictate the way we play the game. And this group, I feel like, has just really bought into that. No matter what the scoreboard says, they're going to play the game as hard as they possibly can. We may not execute perfectly. We may not win the ball game even, but we're going to play the game right. And I've been really proud of this group for their bounce back throughout the week last week. But even the game starts with a 3-and-out and a botched punt. And they score, 2 minutes into the game, and they're already up 7-0. And our guys just didn't blink. They showed resiliency again, came back, scored, took the lead, and then gave the lead up after a turnover, and then drove down and tied it right before halftime. I've been really impressed with Christopher Malik. He's had a great season. He's actually leading 5A in points for kickers, which is pretty impressive. So, but then to take a 2-score lead, I thought it was really cool that we finished the game with our defense on the field after last 2 weeks ago that we finished the game on the wrong end with our defense on the field. They came back and ended the game with them on the field. I thought that was fitting. So really proud of our guys. That was a very good football team we played. So I was really excited to come out with a win.
Coach, before we fully dive into that Tullahoma game, I do want to talk about just kind of the outlook as far as Region 4. Obviously, that first round, our region matches up, crosses over with Region 4, Region 3, and Region 4 crossover. And we were the only team out of Region 3 to win. Region 4 took it to our region, and that tells me something about Region 4 and how tough a football team that Tullahoma was.
Yeah, that was listen, there was a lot of good football teams on that side. I think there was a little underselling statewide. I mean, the Tennessean even picked our entire region to sweep. For it to go the other way, it kind of tells you that I think there was some underselling of that region. Tough, physical, hard-nosed football teams. Tullahoma's box was outstanding. But the teams that they beat, Lawrence County, team that they beat goes to Ray and wins. Lincoln County, a team that they really competed with, goes and or host and win. And then Columbia, another team that they were up 20-7. Tullahoma's up 20-7 against Columbia, and Columbia hosts East Ham and wins by scores 70 points. So that was an outstanding football team we played. I thought their box was so good. Number 22, that running back, was a legitimate football player. So I think beforehand, if you would have said, hey, we won 27-20, that a lot of people would have been like, that's, they won, but that's not a great win. But when you see the way that team compared with the other teams in their region and then how that region compared to ours, I think it kind of opens your eyes that was a really good win for us, especially being up by 2 scores and doing some of the stuff we did offensively and defensively to win that ball game. It kind of tells you that was a big win for us.
Coach, you mentioned it. Some people might say, 27-20. First of all, I'm going to tell those people it's a playoff win. I don't care. Get out of here.
Yep.
So, again, a big win in the first round over a very good Tullahoma team, 27-20. Mm-hmm. And you talked about being able to stop 22 for Tullahoma. A very impressive young man, very determined ball carrier. Yeah. And he ran into one heck of a Walker Valley defense.
Yeah, you look at what he did on the night, and he still ended up with I think 160-ish yards, but I think they were tough yards. Like, we didn't give him that explosive. When you go watch film, he was an explosive run. We gave him one explosive run throughout the night. He just didn't get the chunk yardage, the 30, the 40-yard runs that he had been accustomed to getting. Our front seven are playing really well right now. Our D-line got the player of the game, the Players of the Game award, just because the way they were able to create tackles at the line of scrimmage. But really, where they kind of showed through was the non-pressures. We had non-pressures on the night by our defensive line, not just by obviously Brandon Satterfield had a couple pressures and a sack, but Eli Robinson had 2 sacks. Lane Ferris had several pressures. Jonathan West had several pressures. Cooper Godsey played a great game, played with great physicality, great energy throughout the night. Dugan gets in late in the game, and he gets 2 plays and 2 pressures. One of those pressures led to an intentional grounding. So, I thought we were able to control the line of scrimmage, but stop and run was a big key for us. For us to be able to make his life difficult, even getting the yards he got. It kind of reminded me of a couple years ago where Deshaun Bishop with Carnes, he got 180 yards, but it took him, 40 carries, 50 carries to go do that.
And it almost felt like a similar workload for Tullahoma's running back last week. They kept going to him. And at midfield, he would get positive yards. That's where a lot of those yardage totals came from. But when it came down to, as we refer to it as the key of Cleveland red zone, the Walker Valley defense would bend but would absolutely not break.
Yeah, they played really well. I've been so proud of our defense, man. Just in general, our defense has played so well, giving us a lot of opportunities to stay in games. Obviously, offense kind of matched it this week, getting 2 red zone touchdowns. I think that was a big key, going in is, hey, when we get in the red zone, we got to go score points. Well, the other night we were 100% in the red zone.
And just for documentation purposes, what set were we in when we scored those touchdowns?
We were in load set, okay. Our load set, yeah. So we're going to watch some of that. Listen, it's not just there was a lot of people that didn't believe in load. And I understand it. Hey, you're taking the pass away. When Roman's in there, he's not going to throw the ball. Okay, well, I hear you, but also we're bringing in, Lane Ferris at tight end. We're bringing 2 wideouts in, and up front throughout, the previous 2 games, and even with Roman, we didn't really believe in what we were doing. I think the other night you saw the way he ran, the way we blocked. Our guys believed in it, but it's because we practiced it. We did a better job of preparing our guys to know that they could execute in that set. And when we showed the film, man, one of the best executions of a play that we've had. So really excited to show that to you. But ultimately, man, defense has given us great opportunities, making it very difficult on offenses. And then our offense kind of matched it this time with some explosive plays, but also getting in the red zone and scoring. And that's what led to us being able to win.
So, Coach, before we take our first break and get into our favorite session, the film session, I want to talk about some stats, some individuals. You'd already mentioned Brandon Satterfield. Talk about a young man who has stepped up in a very important time of the season. Yeah. Obviously, Miles Hawk goes down. You see Brandon Satterfield's workload increase, and he comes in and makes a couple of huge plays, 7 total tackles on the evening, 2 sacks and a forced fumble. Yeah. One of those was a strip sack at the end of the game. And what energy he came and played with.
Yeah, really proud of what Brandon's done. We always kind of knew, hey, this kid's going to be a really good player for us. Like, he's got a little intangible. He's got some toughness to him. Didn't expect, honestly, with Miles kind of taking the workload, Brandon kind of got lost in the shuffle. But, man, he's taken his opportunity and really excelled with it. I've been so proud of what he's done. Obviously, he won Player of the Week a couple weeks ago. But then the other night, several tackles, great scheme by Coach Dunbar and Coach Henderson. Coach Henderson, the defense coordinator, Coach Dunbar, secondary coach, Coach Huey, defensive line. I mean, they built a great scheme for when they go empty. We're going to bring this, and the first time we brought it hits, and we create a forced fumble and scoop it up by Eli Robinson. So really, really great job by our defensive staff preparing. But great job by Brandon and the defensive line and secondary for executing it. So really happy with what Brandon's done. Really excited for him, and really that gives us hope. Next year now we can look at Miles moving to, different places on the field and using his athleticism a little bit differently because Brandon's come on so well.
And I'm glad you kind of previewed that. We got plenty of time to talk next season and stuff, but to have both those guys coming back at linebacker, obviously, you're losing Tyler Goldman, and Braylon Beard's coming back too. That has been such a strong point of this defense, and that core's coming right back, which is really cool. And I mentioned Tyler Goldman, I say quiet kind of facetiously, 11 tackles. Seemed like he was all over the field.
Yeah, Tyler's played really well. I think him and Braylon have done such a great job at our middle backers, inside backers. Those two have really been able to stop inside run. You look at, Ray County, their running back had rushed for 1,300 yards, and we hold them to 15 yards, not 1,500, 15 yards. But it's because those guys in the middle have done such a great job with inside run, and now it's bouncing outside to Caleb Jackson, who's played outstanding. You talk about quiet, a quiet guy that's really been a solid football player for us on the edge. With Caleb Jackson and Brandon Satterfield. Now he has 7 tackles because they have to run outside because Goldman and Beard have done such a great job inside. So it's been really, like I said, I keep saying it, but been so happy with the way our defense have performed. And the defense performed that way gives us opportunities to go win these playoff games in tough situations.
And, Coach, we're obviously going to talk more about the offense as we do some film breakdown in just a second. But just real quick before we go to break, I want to throw these stats out as well. Kason Cunningham had 169 all-purpose yards against Tullahoma. Another big game from him. And on the season, he's over 1,000 rush yards, roughly 1,130 rush yards for Kason.
Yeah, Kason's been tough, man. I grabbed him by the head the other night and just said, hey, man, you're going to wear me out with the fumbles. And he knows that. We work on it. He's so small that when he does get hit, which is very rare, but when he does get hit, we've got to just do a better job with our technique, making sure he feels comfortable with the technique, getting the technique to be second nature for him. But, man, when he gets behind those offensive lines, he's just so hard to find. He does such a great job of finding small holes and getting through those small holes, creating missed tackles. He's been such a solid football player for us all year. And he continues to make big plays. And that's one that I'm really excited to show you is that long run because that 61-yard run really set us up for the load set that we scored on. But, man, he's just played so well throughout the season. Been really happy with that.
And then also Ruben-Yulo, 2 rush touchdowns. Obviously, we talked about the out of the load set last week against Tullahoma. He's got 16 total touchdowns on the season. So Roman continues to do what we've noticed him do for the past 4 years. So excited to see him continue that. Chase Stevens was 17 of 27. For 272 pass yards and a touchdown. And we can talk about that one touchdown when we talk about the guy that caught it. Sawyer Boyd, 166 yards receiving, and that touchdown was, once again, broke a record for the longest pass reception in school history for 93 yards.
Yeah, I joked with Roman. I said, hey, man, like you held that record for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What a great throw and catch. Again, that's on our film. But, we took a shot. I knew – We talked about it throughout the week. The one regret we had from Ray County was not taking 2 or 3 shots. Just, hey, man, let's go on the outside. Let's see if we can. I know they're playing deep, but let's just see if we can run past them. We said we're not going to fall into that again. We're going to give our guys opportunities to go make plays. And if nothing else, we back them up a little bit. But for us to go hit that, it was a perfect ball, perfect in stride. And Sawyer does such a great job with the ball in the air and the speed afterwards, being able to run and go catch the ball and then pull away from the defender. So really cool play. Was really proud of our offense as a whole. We did it in so many different ways. 117 yards rushing, 272 yards passing, we have 400-yard night, and just a grinded out type game for us. So really proud team-wide of what we've been doing. Like I said, I mentioned Malik already. Special teams even had a lot of success. So Big win for us against a really good football team. We got another big one coming up.
Coach, I hope at the end of the season when you're putting together the highlight tapes, some Aiden Burns punts make the highlights as well because he's been very impressive there. So with that, we're going to turn the page. It's Sevier County week, the second round of the playoffs. Mustangs on the road at Sevier County. We're going to talk about that after we take a short break. Welcome back to the Walker Valley Football Coaches Show, presented by Wright Brothers Construction. I'm Andy Morris, along with Walker Valley head football coach Drew Akins. Excited to be with you guys here for the second round of the TSSAA playoffs. Mustangs on the road at Sevier County against the Smoky Bears, the defending state champs in 5A.
Yeah.
We've seen a Mr. Football finalist earlier this year down at East Hamilton. Played pretty well against them. Got another opportunity this week against a quarterback for Sevier County that is definitely up there as far as guys that are a favorite to win that award.
Yeah, he's an outstanding player. Like you said, defending state champion. Their football team is very well coached. They do what they do, and they're very good at what they do. They got a receiver that is a big play threat. He's always every game he seems to be behind the defense and finding a way to catch a deep ball and explosive play. They do a very good job of lulling you into run and then faking, play action, the run and creating an explosive pass play off that. Their defense is just solid, tough, hard-nosed kids. Their outside linebacker, I believe, is the brother of the quarterback. Similar size, very good player. They just have really good players all over the field and a very well-coached scheme. You can tell that they, it's one of those things that we talk about a lot early in the season. We're going to find what we're good at, and we're going to just do that. And if somebody beats us at what we do, then we can live with it. You can tell that they do what they do, and they go get great at what they do. So they've shown that on film. They've not played very close games, hardly at all. So we've got to make sure that the games we do have that are competitive, that we find a way to go do some of the stuff that those teams did to score points. But nobody's really held them, below 30 points. Even in their loss, they scored 31. So it's going to take a great effort defensively. It's going to take an outstanding effort offensively to go find a way to win. But, it's a great opportunity for us. We're going to go the good thing is, and our kids have said this, we like to be the underdog. Our kids enjoy being the underdog. We like kind of having the free shot, no pressure, go, nobody expects us to win kind of thing. So, we're going in with that mentality. We had a great practice yesterday, even as cold as it was. On Monday practice, we had an outstanding practice. Expect our kids to come back and do the same thing the next 2 days. So, we're going to go up there and we're going to throw a punch and see if one lands against an outstanding football team with a great football coach.
And, Coach, we mentioned this a couple weeks ago. This was a team you were going to run into either in the second round or in the quarterfinals. Yeah. I know you guys are excited for the opportunity. We're going to talk a little bit more about that ball game as we wrap up the show. But right now, we're going to go to everybody's favorite segment, the film session, where Coach Akins breaks down film from last week's 27-20 win over Tullahoma. And I do want to say, if you're listening on the radio, you can get on YouTube and catch this on the Walker Valley YouTube page and also on the Mix 1041 YouTube page.
Absolutely. So really, this first, I'm just going to roll through a couple of these plays, but then I will diagram a couple of them. This is early in the game. We had just thrown a deep ball against this kid early in the game. Or no, the play right before this. Roman gets pass interference on the first attempt at this. So we go right back at it. They change their coverage up, but that's okay because what do they always say? A good throw beats good coverage any day. This is really good coverage. But, man, what an outstanding throw by Chase from the 40 all the way across the field. And you talk about landing on a dime. That's a catch in the NFL. That's 2 down. But what a throw and catch by our guys. You see it really well as always, from the drone shot. You see us being able to, oh, man.
It's all good. You're getting a good shot
As
of
I say.
Coach Aiken's new Walker Valley football vest.
As I
I don't know
say.
if you got those for sale or
These-
not, Coach.
These vests are outstanding, man. It's definitely some of our best work. So, there we go. All right, here we go. So, go right back. What a great throw and catch here. You can really see from this angle, just that throw is unbelievable. So, really, really impressed by that. We should have, that's the one thing, us being able to throw that ball is really hard to defend. Here's your boy, Brandon Satterfield. Again, we said when they go empty, so empty set, right? Tight end, 4 wide receiver, they have no back in protection. So coach's defensive staff said, hey, we're going to line up as if we're going to cover number 2 with Satterfield, and then on the snap, we're going to sneak in and we're going to blitz off the edge. Because a lot of times if you show blitz, then they would slide out to it and protect it. But if you did it from depth, they wouldn't see it. And you can see that tackle never sees Satterfield come on the blitz. We get the quarterback square in the back, and we get a recovery.
I tell you who did see it. The slot receiver who thought Satterfield was covering him. He saw him. He said, uh-oh.
Yeah, he broke it off real quick. So great job. Again, that's a scheme thing. When you get a scheme a scheme force fumble, it makes you feel real good as a coaching staff. So great job. Huge play in that moment. That's a huge play, and we go down and score right after that. This is our big run. So I want to take a minute and just diagram this. Early in the game, they were giving us a lot of different issues in the run game. With the way that they were, twisting and stunting and bringing linebackers. When you have run game and they're doing that, it makes it so difficult to kind of know what's going on. So on this play, they're actually running a stunt. They're going to loop the end and the tackle. We get down to the backside, and then Cole Brown is the key block here. He gets this spiking defensive end cut off. And when he does that, they actually loop out of the gap that they were supposed to be in. And you see right there, Cole Brown's block is the key block here. So when you look at it, Cole Brown, boom, you see the defensive end looping out of position there. And you see Jarnigan's able to get vertical. We get to the backer, and now Cason's gone. So what a great play. And again, this is just consistently trusting the run game. We said throughout that, we were talking to me and Coach Pope on the mic, we've got to trust our run. We've got to keep running the football, because if we keep running the football, eventually one of these stunts are not going to hit. And when the stunt doesn't hit, it typically leads to a big play. And man, just credit to our staff for trust and run game. Credit to our kids for continuing to execute throughout the night. But a big-time run and a big-time moment.
And, Coach, you talk about Case and holding on to the football. I know you're kind of giving him a hard time a minute ago. Watch the way he's hit here at the end of this play. In all seriousness and in all fairness, Kaysen probably weighs about $145, and when he gets hit, I mean, he feels every bit of it. He's hit, and he slides for about 10 yards.
Yeah. He run. Listen, I've been so proud of him that people talk about his size a lot, but man, he runs way bigger than he is.
He runs like a big guy. He does.
He does. He runs way bigger than he is. So been so proud of him and happy for the success that he has. All right, here's your play. This is the one we talked about the other night. Got 2 more plays. This is one I want to diagram. So, like you said, oftentimes when we go load, we shift over and we run here, right? Everybody down blocks and we run here. That is a typical load set run. So the other night we shift across, and then we decide one of our scheme things that we really like is going and running our duo play this way. I'll tell you who has a great block here is Cooper Bitzel. Cooper knocks this across Lane stones his guy, but then we come back across with Cole and back across with Isaac. And you see a huge run lane open up after those blocks. So this is a duo play. A duo is very similar to inside zone. Inside zone's talked about way more often. But this is a great duo play. You see everybody down blocks left. You see even that little shift. So watch the second level here. On our shift, you see just enough movement over that we get a little better angle. And then watch Cooper Bitzel's block. This is the key block there. So you see with that block, the movement that he creates on that. Cole Brown goes here, Isaac goes here, and you can already see the run lane forming. And we always said if we can get Roman one-on-one with a safety, we feel really good about it. So that's us getting one-on-one with a safety. But you talk about believing in a run.
Well, you talk about that safety. Not only is he one-on-one with Roman, he's having to take a bad angle because I love the eye candy. Obviously, we're used to seeing you motion, go power to that side. Mm-hmm. When you divide this screen, you've got 6 defenders on this side of the screen, and you've got 4 to the right side.
Man, it's like we've done that. You and me have done this a few times, right?
We've been around the block a couple times.
I'm telling you. So you're right. We're just looking at numbers, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side. We have 1, 2, 3 on this side. We have 2 extra blockers coming to this side. So we get a numbers advantage for sure with 3 on 3 on this side. So really proud, and you see just the physicality and the difference in the belief when we're running this play. So big time play for us. And like you said on Friday night, tried to do a little things different schematically to give us a better opportunity to have success there. And then the last play, you talked about in the pregame. Here's the shot. We said, hey, we just got down there. We're already up by a score. Felt like we could take a chance. What an unbelievable throw and catch. Watch Sawyer's tempo though. Sawyer kind of slow plays it, sticks him inside, creates separation, and hits it in stride. And if you hit him in stride, man, there's no catching Sawyer. So big play, obviously, but explosive play and a new school record for our guys. So big time night for us. So proud of our team as a whole, and that created an opportunity to go play in another big game for us.
Yeah, Coach, one thing I want to say about that last play that you showed was Chase Stevens is standing at the 1 yard line when he throws that ball, and it drops in to Sawyer Boyd's arms at about the 49. That's about a 48-yard ball. That's very impressive.
Yeah, and it was, like you said, directly in stride, right on time. I mean, I think that's the big thing is Chase is playing on time. He played on time the other night, and because of that, he had a ton of success. So hopefully we can continue that success all the way through this week. We'll need every bit of that success. So we got to play well on both sides of the football. Sevier County is a great football team. We're really excited for the challenge. We're going to go up there and give our best shot.
Coach, if you could just kind of give our fans and our listeners, I know we got a lot of parents that listen as well. What's the itinerary for, it's a 2-hour trip up to Sevierville, playing in a beautiful atmosphere, artificial turf, but surrounded by the mountains. And really, it's going to be not just a trip, but a full day's worth of playoff round 2 preparation.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Dr. Jones has allowed classes to come out and kind of do a send-off about, I think it's 11:45. We're going to do a send-off, and then we're going to go up. We're going to get packed. We're going to drive to Strawberry Plains and eat, get back on the bus, and drive the rest of the way to Sevier County. We typically like to be there 2 to 2.5 hours before. So we're going to get there. We're going to walk the field. We're going to acclimate ourselves to the environment. And then the kickoff's at 7. We will, on our social media, we'll post a link where you can buy tickets beforehand. And then Mix 104.1 TV is going to be there broadcasting. So that's exciting for the people that can't go up. There is an opportunity to watch it on Mix TV. So thankful for Mix TV as always, and their support for what what we do and our high school players. That always means so much to me as a leader of this, but really to our guys and our community and our fans. So excited that it's going to be live streamed, but it's a big game, and we need all the support we can get on it.
Yeah, it doesn't get any bigger than facing the defending state champs in a game that I'm going to go ahead and come out and say it. Don't count the Mustangs out. I'm excited for the matchup.
Yeah.
I really am. I've had an opportunity to watch Sevier County, very tough team, but this Walker Valley team is pretty dang tough too. I want to throw that out there. So excited myself.
We're going to have to play really well. I mean, if we, like I said, I think I've said it, if we compare the defense we had at the end with the offense we had at the beginning and middle, then we have a shot to go play against anybody. So we got to make sure that we bring both offense and defense on the road trip with us. But if we get there and both offense and
It's hitting at
defense
the
are
same
there,
time.
Yeah, if it's hitting the same time, then we'll have an opportunity.
Also along potentially, hopefully not too many times, but maybe one or two really good Aiden Burns punts. Want to continue to throw that out there. I'm a big fan of those.
If we don't punt ever, I'm okay
That's
with
right.
that.
That's it. So I do want to say, Coach, you nailed it. MixTV.tv. Steve Hartline and Greg Phillips will be on the call there. And then also, as always, can always count on us, except Jacob. He's out this week, and he's not making a trip with us. But shocker. He's not here today, as you see. But me and Jim Gum will be on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, just like we are each and every week for the call for the Mustangs. So, Coach, excited to go up there with you guys and hopefully continue this momentum that we've got going that we started last week against Tullahoma. So, talking about keeping things rolling, come up, support the Mustangs at Sevier County High School for the second round of the playoffs. For Drew Akins, I'm Andy Morris. Have a great day and go Mustangs.